Welcome to the Truffle Shuffle Podcast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Clay.
And I'm a dumbass.
Real opening? Money.
You serious?
Welcome to the Truffle Shuffle Podcast, Season 2, 2023 edition. We're not dead yet from Palestine, Ohio, but we are in the studio.
And why is it Season 2 there, Clay?
It's
Why
Season 2 because we
have been
have
gone
scheduling
long,
issues.
We've been gone long enough to have a baby. So,
and we haven't.
thank God.
Yay!
All right, Season 2, folks. Welcome back. We're not gonna change that on the description. It's just gonna keep going in order. Episode 20. There we go. 8 months since our last
It's like
episode,
Stranger
boys.
Things. You have to wait for it, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
With a much lower audience count.
Yeah, by about a million people.
By about all of it.
All of
So-
it. There's probably nobody watching right now except for one person, and she knows who she is.
But apparently we don't. So-
Dylan's real familiar with her.
My mom?
Anyway,
We all know-
My mom
we
doesn't
all
watch
know
this
your
shit.
mom doesn't watch this.
No, my mom ain't got time for this shit. All right, gentlemen. Well, let's see. So it's been so long. I'm Dylan.
I'm Clay.
And I'm Alaric.
Oh, you got to say I'm a dumbass, just like the intro music I made.
Yeah, Clay. If you like that intro,
Drop a like down
I-
below and
I
hit
don't
that bell
know.
notification.
because Clay made it.
Subscribe first.
Oh, yeah, subscribe, hit that bell, and like this video if you
Jesus.
enjoyed that music. Also, if you did not comment down below already telling me you like that music, do it right now. You can
Feel
even
free to
hear me.
shit on it.
Actually,
Yeah,
if you
shit on it
don't
if you
like
want.
it, let us know so we can tell them that we don't want it as the opening anymore.
Yeah.
We can
Oh, no,
take
that's
that
a
back
one,
to.
That's a one-time.
That's a
thing.
one-time.
That's a
Okay,
one-time
one and
thing.
done. Then it goes back to the end where it belongs.
We'll let him do it every start of each season. So
Yeah, you got another 20 episodes to get through, Clay.
Yay. I felt
Which-
good on this one.
Which the way that we do our schedule, that'll be about 6 years before we get to episode 40.
Especially when you move to Florida.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not going to be for until the end of this year if everything goes according to plan.
Yay.
No
Just
season
have
3.
that in the back of my head. No, season 3. Season 3 will just be Alaric and I. Dylan will be on a phone call.
I'll be like Tanner. I'll just
He'll
have
be
to come.
zoomed in.
I'll just have to come in. Actually, we will have to figure out a way to get people in when they're not at the studio.
Yeah.
Because then you could bring me back in, and you could have Tanner in more.
Well, Tanner's camping right now, so Tanner, I hope you are enjoying your camping trip.
God, his butthole must hurt right now. It's
Hmm.
From the camping or the Boy Scout leader?
Wiping with
all of it.
leaves.
what?
From wiping with leaves, maybe? I don't know.
Watch for poison ivy.
Alrighty
butthole.
then.
Well, we've got. I don't know what we're talking about.
Hold
we
on,
haven't
let's do a
planned
little.
anything
We're gonna do
today.
a quick little catch up here.
Oh,
I was thinking
no.
about this on the way over. So, if you guys are not in the know-how, we live in Ohio. Ohio is
Stranger
pretty much
danger,
on
stranger
fire,
danger.
and it's burning plastic. The rivers are polluted, and we're probably gonna die if we drink the water. So that's a small update of what's going on in Ohio. We are downstream from the old Palestine, Ohio derailments. Which
That's
is
what it is. The
great.
Palestine train derailment.
Palestine, Ohio. It is right next to like the edge of Pennsylvania and Ohio.
I didn't even know we had a place in Ohio called Palestine.
well, it's
so.
East Palestine.
Okay, so do we want to jump into
Durka,
it
durka.
now, or we want to wait a second?
Actually,
catch up.
okay. So let's do a little. I have not been following the story. I've heard of it and I've heard some of the details. So for anybody else, but I mean, this is also. I mean, it's big Ohio news, but it's quite big news in general because this is not the only spill that's happened recently.
Can you make that a little bigger on the screen? Sorry, we
So yes,
lost our big TV down here, so we we have a smaller TV.
You
I was
can't.
just
You can
gonna
look
see
at your
what we can-
screen. We'll be talking about everything that's on the screen, but we do have things on the screen if you focus your eyes.
So I don't really believe most of the stuff that they're saying right now about the air and the water being safe.
well, first things first. Go back to the beginning, because like I said, I have
Does it
not
have a
been
date
following
exactly
this.
when it happened? This was like a week or two ago. This is the first of many derailments.
That's what I was saying. Is that this
Wake
is
up, sheeple!
This is
Sorry.
this is becoming big news because it's happened more than once, very frequently.
Well, there's been
recently.
3 big things that I've seen in the last week. So this one happened
Across the country or in Ohio.
Norfolk Southern trains having problems.
Oh, it's the same brand of train.
Correct. So they have been, I guess they've had problems with maintenance on their trains. They just don't do them.
That's an issue.
And I watched the whole thing on a guy talking about why this happened.
Mm-hmm.
The trains that had the hazardous waste in them, those trains are held to the highest standard because they have hazardous materials in them.
As they should
Not
be.
waste, hazardous materials. So this stuff, I forget who was talking about it. It was somebody on, I think it was Joe Rogan's podcast. They were talking about it. The stuff that was in there, what is it called?
It'll be in here somewhere.
Some kind of stuff that they actually make.
So these trains are transporting hazardous materials
Correct.
across the country.
Correct. But this is stuff that we use to make PVC pipe, like cups, anything that's plastic. It's a plastic polymer. But the way they were transporting it was in liquid form.
Butyl acrylic.
And the stuff, what is it?
What is it?
Butyl acrylic.
That's one of them.
Where do you see that at?
But the other
yes.
stuff is a something chloric vinyl.
So this right here says butyl acrylic is a clear and colorless liquid with a strong fruity odor that can cause irritation to the eyes, skin, and upper respiratory system.
So that was just one of the things. There was also something vinyl chloride, I think is what it was called. But that stuff boils at 8 degrees. And so they're sitting there.
What?
Yeah, it's like you know how what's that? Nitrogen, liquid, not
Mhm.
nitrogen. What is it? When you really cold stuff, whatever dry ice is.
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
Liquid
it's-
nitrogen?
It's liquid CO2.
Yeah, but
But that's what dry ice
same
is.
stuff. But anyway, that's
It's
what I'm
solid
talking about. When
CO2.
you take that and you put that in water, you know how it smokes a ton,
Oh yeah.
and the water boils. It's boiling
Mm.
off. So it has a really low boiling point. So same thing with this stuff. So what was happening is during the fire, they were like, okay, we'll put the fire out, but we have to release this chemical because there's no way to get it out of there because it's in the middle of a crash site. So they were just opening it up and letting it burn.
So the train went off the rails where?
Palestine, Ohio, which is right on the edge of Pennsylvania and Ohio. It's on the northern side of that border.
So northeast Ohio.
Correct.
Okay.
So that all happened. It was on fire for 3 days. There's a big cloud.
I saw the photos
from not from space, but from a plane.
Yeah,
The
that's
ozone.
that's what I've seen. See, it's I haven't been following the full story, but
See
I've
if you can
seen
find that one
I've
out.
seen little things about it.
I think if you just search, I think it's ozone or whatever picture of the Palestine crash. It's just a big black cloud of just garbage in the air.
Yeah,
So,
it almost looked like a tornado because it was coming up from the crash and
Yeah.
then it had gone into
and it's just staying
the
there.
ozone.
So people are saying that it's now precipitating out in other places. So places in Ohio are having problems where the rain that was coming down, after the rain, they go out to their car and their cars have it's acid rain basically.
So they
And
got
it's
marks on them.
They got marks on their cars. The rain that's coming down
Mhm.
just looks disgusting. There's some pictures. I
Here's
guess, of-
pictures on your screen.
Yeah, there's
Jesus.
there's just a picture of the actual.
So this
like,
wasn't just
fire.
this was not just a car that went off. This was
No,
the
this was
entire train.
Click on that one at the top left. I'm sorry, right below that. Yep. So that's the actual crash.
Oh.
So it was a whole
damn.
bunch of them, but there was 4 or 5 cars. You know those big barrels that you see when the train goes by?
Yeah, like the ones that
those.
say explosive and
Yeah.
the
And
red
that's-
ones.
That was on fire.
the ones that go by
Yeah.
in video games and it's red, you can
There-
shoot it
hey,
and it'll explode.
Click on that one. So that's what it looks like. Probably recently. So they told
Jesus.
everybody to get the hell out.
I knew about the
Within
evacuations.
a mile. But listen, so they said, yeah, everybody get out. And then I guess they said, that's where it's at, to give you an idea.
Right on
Okay.
the border, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Ohio.
So they were like, okay, yeah, everybody who's here, get the fuck out. And people were like, I need to get my animals because animals were just dropping dead, like cows. There's birds that are dropping dead from the fumes of this. I mean, look at the picture. You could see where it's going up, and it's just like it's staying in the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's just
Like, it's
creating.
absolutely insane how big the fire was, but also the smoke off of that's not regular smoke.
Well, it was an entire train.
And apparently they're saying that it also could have oil in there as well. So not only is it an oil spill, it's oil fire. So there's a couple of different chemicals. Yeah, that's what it used to look like.
That's
This is what it looks
But
like now.
what-
Sad.
What they're
Jeez.
saying is basically this is almost equivalent to just dropping a bomb on a city and like wiping it out.
well, just from
Because
the
it's going to
toxic
be
levels.
unlivable. It's going to be like Chernobyl type stuff. So yeah, there's a really good picture of it showing you like how nasty it is. But it's absolutely
on
insane.
the-
But listen,
Go
you
on
wanna
that.
hear,
Hold on, Aller. Go down to
The
go down to the one that showed like the radar. That one.
Yeah, so that's like showing the fallout.
There's the
Going into
50
Pennsylvania.
car. It's a
Expected path.
50 car train.
hmm
So 50 cars went off. Okay.
But the reason it went off, there's a video that shows before. It's like CCTV, like
Mhm.
camera going by, and you could see one of the wheels are on fire. The bearing is on fire. There was an interview with a guy that he worked for Norfolk Southern back in the day, and he said anytime there would be a problem like that with the braking system, the bearings, there's protocols like you stop now. You don't just keep going.
No, that's an emergency stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he said it might take a mile for you to stop. But you will stop before it like really gets that bad. And he said there's things in. I don't know if it's true or not, but he was talking about how it would be like, hey, car 58 wheel bearing out, gone. You need to stop. That kind of stuff. Or car 62 is out. Blah blah blah.
You mean like so? There's sensors that are
Yes.
going back up to
Yeah, each one
the
has
engine.
a plug on it, basically.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that's true or not, but it has ruined it. So anyway, there's even more craziness that is leading into this that I was reading about. So Netflix just came out about a month or two ago with a show. See if you could pull it up.
Called White something.
White Noise.
White Noise.
So
That was
this show
filmed
came out.
in East Palestine, Ohio,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
About this exact
Correct.
type of thing.
If you let me finish, I will tell you all about it.
I haven't
So-
talked yet, so you know.
I want you to look up like the background to it because
He's just behind the computer this episode.
dude, this shit gets so crazy. The owner of Norfolk Southern
Because
is
when did this happen?
happened like last week or the
I
week
was
before.
like I know it was
Maybe 2
very
weeks
it was
ago.
very recently.
Yes. So this show came out in 2022, about 6 months ago.
White Noise, a
right
2022.
Bro, it's
There's
about a
that's
train
burning train
derailment
right here.
and basically releasing a chemical into the air, killing people. And it's like, it could. There's a book that's called White Noise.
Mhm.
It could be based anywhere. They don't say it's in Palestine, Ohio. They don't say it's in New York. They don't say it's in California. They don't say it's in Texas. It just says a small town.
Mhm.
They filmed it near Palestine. I don't think it was in Palestine, but they filmed it near it and basically kind of wrote it around the Netflix adaptation towards like Ohio. And then this happens right after it.
So
But the
chem-
weird part about all of this is the owner of Norfolk Southern. I can't remember what the tie-in was, but there's like an owner that has something to do with Norfolk Southern as well, which is real creepy.
All right. So the other chemical is vinyl chloride,
That's the stuff I was talking about.
which the CDC had as for like 13 years
Mhm.
had it as 100 parts per million as a lethal dose.
Yeah.
For humans, they updated it about a month ago
One.
to 100,000.
They said you cannot be.
So they lowered the lethal dosage.
They lowered the lethal dose by
A lot.
1,000-fold.
So also there
right
was.
before it said, so right there it says that it derailed on the evening of February 3rd,
Yes, that was.
2 weeks ago.
So when they were talking about vinyl chloride as well,
Go back up real quick, Aller.
they were talking
there.
about.
Changes. Nope. J.D.
Challenges.
Vance challenges Biden's EPA admin to drink potentially contaminated Ohio water if he claims it's safe.
That reminds me of Bert
He said
Kreischer
no.
with the toilet water.
Is this so this is
Freaking-
like the conspiracy theory would be one of those things like, oh, they don't like Ohio because it's a swing state, so we
Oh,
got to
not
get rid of
anymore.
these people.
So listen, just the funny part is also the CDC was talking about vinyl chloride in an 8-hour span, like at work, or not who does safety stuff? OSHA. OSHA says you cannot be exposed more than a 1 ppm of that stuff in an 8-hour period.
What is ppm?
Parts per million.
Parts per million.
What does that mean?
Okay, so the idea is when it used to be
Particles.
100 parts per million was the lethal dose, which means like if
You mean like
the-
particles?
yeah.
Like in the air
So
and
if,
stuff
if
like
the
that?
air you were breathing was like 0.001%,
Uh-huh.
that stuff, it would be lethal,
Okay.
right? Now they've made it 0.00001%
Yeah.
is now the lethal dose. Or wait, did they make?
It's a measurement of the air.
That sounds
Oh no no
that
no,
sounds
no, no,
backwards.
no, they made it worse. Right, they made it. It now has to be like 0.1%.
Before it
versus
was point one. It was
0.001.
0.00001 or whatever that was.
No, it would be 10%. It needs to
Yeah.
be 10% the air quality. If that is
They
at
okay, so-
100,000 parts per million.
So
means
they used to
1/10.
say that 1% air quality could be lethal.
Correct.
Now they say 10%.
No,
Yeah.
0.1%.
0.1% could be
And then they
lethal. And
switched
now
it-
they switched it to 10%.
I don't know exactly.
Or
the numbers,
0.10%.
Oh.
Either way, they say that
See
it's
if you
not as
can-
lethal as it used to be magically, and now we have a crash.
but correct. See if you can find the tie-in from Netflix to Palestine, because it is kind of crazy. Because the person that owns something has to do with that
It's
as
a good
well.
old conspiracy theory episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, it kind
No,
of.
there's a
it's
lot
not
of-
really a
there's-
conspiracy theory when it's right in front of your face.
There's a lot of shit that happens that that
This
people
might
just don't
not
really
say
talk
it,
about.
but I'll read this. On 3rd of February, a 50-car train derailment in the small town of East Palestine caused a leak of chemicals, including vinyl chloride, butyl acrylic, something I can't pronounce, acrylic, and another thing I cannot
Ethyl
pronounce.
hexyl acrylit.
And what's after that?
Ethylene glycol.
Oh, ethylene glycol.
monobutyl.
More than 2,000 residents were ordered to evacuate nearby buildings due to health concerns over the leak.
But have since been allowed to return.
That was
Um,
fast.
Adapted from 1985 novel, the film follows a death-obsessed academic driver.
Oh, it's this white noise with Adam Driver.
Correct. So look at that shit, dude. Oh my god. So
That's in the movie.
yep. Viewers have pointed out similarities between the disaster as is depicted in the film and the recent spill in Ohio. One of the biggest plot points, I read this backwards, I'm so sorry. One of the biggest plot points in both the book and the film concerns a train crash which releases a huge cloud, just like in real life, toxic chemicals into the air, referred to somewhat euphemistic. What the fuck? I'm retarded, so can't read that one.
That's a big
Airborne
word.
toxic event. So basically, it's like Simpsons on crack, except for way more recently. Talk about art intimidating or intimate.
In-
Freaking gosh!
You were right the
Talk
first
about
imitating.
You were right the first time.
Imitating.
life. This is such a scary situation, and you could just about drive yourself crazy thinking about how uncanny the similarities are between what's happening now and in that movie.
But that's the weird thing is that, like, what is the. Okay, so you've got this weird, I'm going to put quotes, coincidence going on. But
Look,
what would
That's a
be
good
like
one.
the end game? Like if we want to go into like the conspiracy theory of it, then what would be the end game of releasing that movie around the same time?
So I don't think it would really do any of that. Could be the thing on there. Hold on, Alaric. Go down just a little bit. Ohio train derailment.
Evacuee.
Where did I see it? Go down just one more. Living the plot of a movie they helped make. So that legit was. It might have been actually filmed in Palestine. But anyway,
Possible.
Mm-hmm.
let's see here. White noise. Interesting. Yeah, it was filmed in. Okay, this is getting pretty freaking weird.
Just all these puzzle pieces are just sliding right into.
So
But
listen,
that's
this
what I'm
is-
saying is that there's too many coincidences for it to truly
I'm
be a
gonna put on-
coincidence. But that's what I'm saying is like, what is the end game here? Like, what's the point
I'm gonna
of
put on my
having a
shades.
movie made of it?
I'm gonna put on my shades, and then we're gonna talk about this because I'm gonna drop some truth bombs on you. You know what's getting released? Has it already been released? The list.
Oh, the Epstein list.
So, you know how you just went.
It's-
Oh yeah, that I forgot about that. I feel
These
that they
are
are
all-
doing this stuff as going like, "Hey, look, UFOs, look over here, over
It's
here."
distractions.
The
And
Epstein
then they're like,
client list is
Epstein's
supposed to drop
been
soon.
released. We released the list. Oh, but look at all the UFOs.
Hold
oh my
on a
God,
second.
there's a
Clay,
train
say that
derailment.
again. You can't put your hand in
I
front of
was
the
trying to-
microphone. It doesn't work when you have a microphone.
I was trying to be quiet, but anyway, I feel like it was kind of a just distraction because from what I've been told is some of the names that are on that list are people in power right now.
Everybody on that list is in
But
power.
But it's only so many, like 50 names, and
Mhm.
only like 2 or 3 are actually in power on this list
God,
that they're
we're,
releasing.
we're really going back to 2019 because is that when he killed himself?
You mean
When he was killed?
when he was Epstein?
When he fell onto
because
the noose.
Did you guys watch the and it was a Netflix documentary.
Mhm.
Did you watch
Epstein Island?
Filthy Rich?
No.
It's a 4-part documentary. It's called Filthy Rich.
Did this happen
And-
before?
What?
Did it happen before?
No, it's
Oh,
about
it's a documentary.
it's about Epstein. But it showed that when they raided his townhouse
Mhm.
in New York, he had a secret room filled with monitors. Because there were hundreds of cameras in that townhouse.
Yep.
Every bedroom, every bathroom, every closet.
They refused
had
to
a
release
hidden
any
camera
of
in
the
it.
tapes that he had too.
And he said that if I go down, I take everybody with me
Mm-hmm.
who's done all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then
He died.
his camera
Boom.
malfunctions. So we're going back into the whole thing of no, of course he didn't kill himself. But
That's
so-
fake news, Dylan. Of course he killed himself. That's what the media told us.
of course, and they don't
They would
lie.
never lie to us. Come on.
But it always, to quote Bill Burr, he says, "Have you ever noticed every time the government fucks up, McDonald's comes out with a new sandwich?" And
The McRib is
and-
back!
and he goes, "I can't believe they're gonna pardon all these CEOs. Oh, new McRib, I gotta fucking try it." He's like, that's the thing is that so many comedians tell these things as jokes, and they are funny,
But some of them are real.
but they are rooted in truth. That's where it comes from. Is that that's a very real thing, and I would never put it past anybody to be like, oh, they're distracting you from what's really going on, because they do.
Kind of how it's feeling.
But that's what I don't understand is that people don't catch up on it. Now, this is where you have to draw the line, is that there are people I think that go way too far into this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have family members
Well, I do too.
that it's very hard to talk to
Think everybody
sometimes
does.
because it goes so far down that rabbit hole. I'm like, I'm not saying that you're wrong, because a lot of the things that used to be considered conspiracy theory
Mm-hmm.
have now come to light. And then they're just kind of like, oh, it did happen. But then it gets swept under the rug.
You know, conspiracy theory is not a bad word, but we've
No,
been
it's not.
conditioned to believe it is.
No, it's not.
Because like a conspiracy
You're
theory is quite
conspiring.
literally
A
just
theory.
a theory about a conspiracy, which conspiracies do happen.
It's
Right.
just like saying that fan theory is a bad word. Like about like movies and stuff like that. How they're
that
like,
is a
oh,
bad word.
how they're like, oh, fan theory is this, and nobody says anything about it, but you put conspiracy theory on there. It's still a theory.
What about fan fiction? Oh, just kidding.
50 Shades
of
of
Grey. About fan fiction.
But I don't know. I just find it very odd that so that happened. There was a truck with what was the citric acid? It was just flipped over in where is that? Arizona, I
Yeah,
think.
in Arizona.
And the freaking cloud of smoke is like yellow. I don't know if you ever seen like hydrochloric acid. Did you ever? I guess you may have not played with it in like high school, in like chemistry. But if you like pour it out onto something and as it's like burning that
Goes yellow.
whatever, the smoke off of it is yellow because it's
Mhm.
literally eating away at it.
Yeah.
If I remember right, you can make this stuff called like piranha. It's a chemical that they've like called piranha.
I'm the
something.
piranha.
So you put
I
anything
got it.
in there, anything you put in there, it will just destroy it, eat
Yeah.
it immediately. You can put these sunglasses in there, and it'll.
Isn't that what they used in Breaking Bad in the bathtub?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes,
It
it
is?
is.
It
Hydrochloric acid, I
Yeah.
believe.
I
Because he
think-
had to get the
it
tubs
It
that were
dissolves the
hydrochloric.
body, and then it went through the tub.
Yeah.
Spoiler: if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, that's season 1. You need to fucking watch that
So
by now.
yeah, so that's like the crap that just spilled out. And in Detroit 2 nights ago, there was another train derailment with hazardous material. Find it very
It's
odd.
just
also,
just a
Norfolk
level.
Southern.
What?
Norfolk Southern.
Well,
they're not
that's
the only train
There's
company.
there's money kicking back to them, but it's like people always say, "Oh my God, it's a tragic event and it's a coincidence."
Oh,
How many coincidences until you start putting pieces together?
Three.
Do you know what also big news dropped last week? when
No,
this whole
because we
thing
were watching
happened?
train derailments.
Right. The Biden administration is responsible for blowing up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline.
Oh yeah, I did see.
You know, the thing that they said that Russia blew up their own pipeline.
Can't believe they
between-
did that,
Right.
but we did it. Don't worry.
Oh
about
wait,
it.
I
we
thought
did
we already knew that.
Well, yeah, we knew it from day one, but it was like they were
we
like,
knew it, but we didn't.
"You're
know
not
it.
allowed to know it."
Wait, which pipeline was this?
Nord Stream 2 pipeline is the pipeline running from Germany to Russia.
Oh,
The
I'm
oil
thinking,
pipeline.
what's the one from here to Canada?
The one that they had to go like
The one they
500
closed down.
They had
Yeah,
to
what's-
go,
what's
they had
that
to go
one
like
called?
500
Remember.
feet underwater to blow this thing up.
What's the one that he shut down on like day 1?
Oh, that's
Ours.
that's the
I just don't remember the name.
They were still
Keystone XL
building it.
pipeline.
Keystone.
Yeah,
And
Keystone.
that
Okay.
runs along the East Coast,
That's ours. Okay.
basically from New York down to Florida,
But we're not allowed to use that one.
Mhm.
because pipes cause chemical spills. Because trains are more safe.
All I know is if the EPA ever
Hmm.
comes at me for not having an exhaust in my car, I'm gonna go, "Hey, why don't you go to Palestine, Ohio?" That's all I'm gonna say. Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna.
So-
EPA is listening right now.
Not to go into
they
too-
come rappel down from the ceiling.
not
and
to
take
go
me
into
out.
too many politics, because we'll move on to
Abolish the Fed.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Here
But
we go.
I usually don't pay much attention to like the Speaker of the House because it was Pelosi and all that, and I thought she was literally
She
insane.
gone.
Because like
Oh my God.
just the things that she would do with like the rubbing the knuckles together,
She's
and then like
freak.
the dressing as an Indian woman. But
Crypt
of course
keeper.
they're allowed to do that. Now we have McCarthy. I know nothing about him,
Mhm.
but I've seen a few clips to where I'm like,
I don't like him.
what?
You're like, I don't like him.
You don't
Or,
like him?
no. I'm saying you watched a few clips. I don't know if you're.
I've
right.
seen a few clips to where I'm like, this is kind of a nice change of pace. And the reason that I say that is not because of what he's saying.
Mhm.
He's obviously a Republican. But he actually answers questions. And I
Yeah.
saw this clip where he went off on this reporter because the reporter kept denying his answer. And he said, with all due respect, ma'am, he's like, you don't get to accept he's like, you don't get to determine what my answer is.
Yeah.
He's like, you ask me a question, I'll answer it, and you accept that answer. He's like,
Hmm.
I'm going to answer your question. Then somebody else butts in and says, well, sir. And he goes, no, we're not done.
Yeah.
He goes,
I did see that.
he goes, let's answer your question. And he went for 3 minutes. In all honesty, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But I watched the whole video and I was like, I haven't seen a Speaker of the House answer a question in so long
Mhm.
that I'm like, it doesn't really matter what side he's on because I'm sure there's going to be stuff he says that I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I at least like that he answers these questions.
Responds
I
instead
just-
of we're gonna circle back around to that.
Yes, I
Yeah.
just liked how he was like,
Circle back.
he was like, because she kept saying, well, no, sir, you can't. And he said, you don't get to determine what my answer is. He's like, you asked a question, I'm answering it. This is your answer. And then he went for 3 minutes
That's
listing
awesome.
like all this. Yeah. Anyway,
I think it's okay. It's going to be political for
We
like
need-
2
we-
seconds, but
we
oh,
need
Alec's
to do.
leaving. This is going to be perfect.
I think he's going to squeeze the lemon.
Um,
We
There was-
we need to do just a full episode one time that's just all conspiracy theories, not even political,
Correct.
but just in general.
but
just
this
to get
one,
into them.
this was just on a lighter note. It just made me laugh. Joe Biden had a campaign like commercial.
Uh-oh.
I forget what it was on. I was on Hulu. We're watching Hulu, and it came up, and it said, "In the last 2 years, I've done a lot. I've done this. I brought jobs back to America."
What?
And me and my girlfriend at the same time both said, "He also emptied out every American's pocket." like
Well, no, I didn't see that campaign, but
oh,
I
it's great.
saw
It'll give you a good laugh.
I saw the stuff
Doing such a bang up job right now.
like the State of the Union.
Yeah.
that was
No. Hold on.
what? Oh,
I am-
when was the State of the Union? Week and a half ago?
a week or two ago?
So right after the derailment,
It was around.
or was it before the
It
derailment?
might have been before.
I don't know. That derailment was February 3rd.
It might have been like February. It was like the beginning of February, I thought.
Look that up real quick. But I just saw a thing. I saw clips from it, and he said that he talked about like the unemployment and stuff like that has like gone way down. He's like, because we've created 12 million jobs, and then everybody
it was
starts
after.
It,
7th.
it was on the 7th.
February.
Okay. But then everybody starts booing him, and he's like, hold on. And everybody's like, you didn't create jobs. You inherited the country after it was shut down.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't create those jobs. People just went back to work.
Because they had to.
He also said that he, you know how they're all preaching about the whole, like no more oil and stuff like that. They want everything to be electric,
Mhm.
which of course goes into that conspiracy theory about, well then, because there are other countries,
Mhm.
including Canada, I
Mhm.
believe, where if you go outside of what they call your circle, which is approximately like 15 miles or
Mhm.
something like that, or 15 minutes, they want you to live in a certain area, they want you to work in that area, and they don't want you to venture out. There have been reports in other countries, I can't tell exactly which one it is because I don't remember, so I don't want to speak out my ass, where they're trying to get it to where if you go outside of that circle, one, it's illegal, but two, electric vehicles are now being built with kill switches.
They've always had them. Teslas have always had them.
But there's like some sort of regulation about like starting like in
Tesla-
2024 or something like that, all models have to have a kill switch. So you go outside your little circle of 15 minutes and they go boo and you stop where you're at.
And then they rappel down.
Then they do the repelling.
So yeah, it's I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen that
Well,
personally.
no, he
but,
so
like,
he
I
what
get
he
what you're saying.
what he said in the State of the Union is that oh crap, what was it? The the oil. And he was talking about how that they don't need oil after 10 years. Like that they don't need the oil for the, after 10 years and all that. But then everybody went boo and he goes,
Mhm.
"Oh no, it could be longer. It could be longer." So he just everything that was
hold
said
on,
in
hold
that
on.
State of a Union was then whenever it didn't get a good reaction, it was then switched.
I think we need a word from our sponsors.
Let's get on
We're
to
going to take a quick break real quick and have a word from our sponsor.
And now a word from our sponsor. This episode of Truffle Shuffle Podcast is brought to you by Truffle Shuffle Podcast. Oh, that's right. Your hearing is working just fine. Not only can you now hear our silky smooth voices, but you can also wear us. And everything in between. Head on over to TruffleShufflePodcastMerch.com. Yes, I know it's long, but it's worth it. TruffleShufflePodcastMerch.com. Be sure to check back frequently because we will be updating items, eventually, with our faces. The perfect gift for anyone, including scaring your grandma. TruffleShufflePodcastMerch.com.
Hey, we are back after that break. Sorry, we had a small interruption.
We do this live down here. There is no copy and paste and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Sometimes I wish there was, but
So we're a little over half hour into this, and I know that we've probably been bumming some people out, but it was just it's our recent updates from Ohio and
Yeah.
from the country and all
we're
that.
still
that
alive.
Sometimes we have to get into.
I haven't grown my third leg yet. I mean, I have, but
I dropped a
fourth,
third. I dropped a third testicle though, so I
Oh,
thought that.
really?
Yeah, but my libido has been
didn't have one?
great. So no, I got that one removed.
Oh.
Yeah.
still
I have
got
it on
mine.
display though.
Is it gold?
It's
Like-
my gear shift.
Like Lance Armstrong.
But now it is time to move on to one of our
Favorite.
favorite
It's
things.
so good.
It's so good. It's so stupid. But
It's like
we have-
ridiculousness without Chanel West Coast.
Thank God. Time for random shit from the internet. Now, it's been a long time since we've done this, so I sent 8 videos. Oh, what's that's not mine.
That's mine.
Oh, it is?
It's pretty funny.
So direct your eyes to your screen because now it is time for the lovely video clips that have been piled. I brought in 8.
I think I sent like 6, but we'll just go and enjoy them.
We've got them shuffled.
Because we do in that 8-month period, we've definitely sent each other some great ones, but we don't really get to show each other.
When we stopped, when we just didn't record anymore, we didn't plan it. It's just the schedule never worked.
Life.
Okay, so we've got this is a 58-second video. So turn your attention to the screen, folks. And whose video is this?
Mine.
This is Clay's.
This one's mine.
So Alaric,
you know what? After this one, we should guess whose video it is. They're not in order, right? We should guess whose video it is, and don't say anything, and
They're
don't look.
based on the aspect ratio of the screen.
Okay.
So this looks like. I think I've seen the beginning of this video before.
Oh, I love these. I love this couple.
No,
This
they're
couple.
hilarious.
This couple.
She's hilarious, and he's hilarious. So.
Okay, I don't know it. All right, give it a play.
Forget your password?
No, it's just easier to log in from your computer.
Oh, yeah, with the keyboard.
Yeah, but then they make you do these stupid "Are you a robot?" tests. Select all traffic cones. What?
What's wrong?
Well, there aren't any traffic cones.
Huh.
Oh, all right. I don't know what to do. God, these things are so annoying.
I see a robot.
What the fuck?
I can't believe I didn't see this before.
What are you talking
This is the
about?
story of my life. I think I finally met a nice guy who has a job and has his act together, only to find out that he's a robot.
A robot?
Or android, whatever you machines prefer.
I'm not a robot.
Then
though.
why didn't you select the traffic cones?
There weren't any traffic cones. You saw it. There weren't. I would have selected one if there was a traffic cone, but there wasn't.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Oh,
You
shit.
fucking shot me.
Oh, no. Technology has gotten so sophisticated.
That guy pulled that woman.
I've
Dude,
said
their-
it every
their
time I
video-
see it.
their
Every
videos are
time.
hilarious. Because
Oh,
they
man.
play on her being a very attractive and alluring woman, right? And
Mhm.
so he's
And he's-
usually
he
like
must
it's
be
called
funny.
Jack the Pool Boy, right? So
Yeah.
his whole act is that he's usually like the repairman or something.
And
but
she's
he's
always
si-
she's the one
Oh.
that came up to him, and she was like, "I could use a cleaning of my pipes." And
And
he's
he's
like,
like-
"I don't think your pipes need it. I actually looked at them under there." And she's like, "Oh well, I think I'm gonna go take a shower and play with my toys." And he's like,
You have toys?
"You have toys? What do you got?
Like rubber
Like
ducky?
Legos?" Yeah. And he,
But
so
they
the whole
pause-
time
they
she's like
pause
trying
the whole
to.
time, and he's like, you can see the gears are turning, but then they stop again.
Yes. She's
All
like,
right.
"What about in the bedroom?" He's like, "I don't think you have a sink in the bedroom."
Ah,
All right, go ahead.
don't read the caption on this. Just play it. It's real quick.
Oh my god.
I read the caption. I was like, "Oh, it's gone."
Yeah, don't.
she gonna
don't,
do with it?
Don't read the caption.
Oh lordy.
Just a little palate cleanser for you.
And this one is Alaric's.
That's Alaric.
I eat Mexican guys. Name of the So-
That's fucked
All
up.
right, go ahead.
Yeah, animal, either one.
Oh, hey guys, it's raining. He's going. Oh my God, look at him go.
Slip and
Oh my God,
break
there he
neck.
goes. Okay, do it.
Good thing the
Lightning
video
bolt.
ended. He would have died.
Yep.
Thank God it cut right there. That could have been tragic.
Man. Oh no.
Jeez.
Okay, what do we think is going to happen?
There's a lady and a dog.
That dog is gonna go bite her face or something. I see it in his eyes. He's like, "Bitch, get away from me."
Wait, I just started. I
He's
haven't even
cute.
said anything.
Sounds like Goose. He's cute. He said, "Bro." He's cute.
She just and
She must be a really bad singer.
this is you can see the trauma in the dog's
He's like,
eyes.
"Please stop."
He's like the deja vu and all that. This has happened before.
Exactly. Oh,
I have
man.
had some of these videos in a folder on my phone for like 8 months.
Well,
because we have not been in here.
Yeah.
I had probably like 32 to pick from. I sent
I have a
8.
whole bunch. I save them all the time to show
I just
Carmen
I
or
just have them in a
something,
folder, yeah.
Oh, I just picked the most recent ones I found.
Oh, no, I've got it.
but- Oh no. She said she was 12.
No. No.
You were 12.
I need you guys. I need a description of what you think is about to happen because I guarantee you will never.
Well, I see a dog in the background. Context clue says this is probably in California or
Wait, are those
somewhere.
two? Does she have two eclairs in her hands?
2 pastries. I don't know if they're donuts or
smash
what.
them in her
Oh,
face.
Those are going to the floor. I already know it.
All
She's
right.
gonna drop the donuts. The dog's gonna run out,
I don't-
start humping her leg, and then the guy's gonna take her donuts. She's gonna be like,
Okay,
"What the
so
fuck?"
that's Clay's guess. Alaric, what do you think?
I
Clay,
think-
that's a
I think
good
Clay
guess.
is right on everything except for the dog humping her leg. I think is the
Look
guy
at him.
who will hump
Look at him.
her leg.
I see him getting a little feisty back there. He's
I think you guys will both still be relatively surprised.
like, "All right, let's hear it."
Go ahead.
When you're outside
Oh, he's supposed to be a homeless man.
my mind, 'cause sometimes I
Hold on.
rise and that's where I find
Don't baby bird it.
and I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way.
What the fuck?
It took quite
That guy
an
was- That guy was so nice. He gave her the shirt off his back.
quite an unexpected turn, yes, and the dog was not involved.
Oh.
At uh-oh.
We got a Joe Biden.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's Joe Biden. I thought that
We
was
got a
freaking
Bo
Walter
Biden.
from Jeff Dunham. Doesn't it look just like Walter?
Shut the hell up.
Doesn't it? He's got
Yes.
the eyes and everything.
You know he made him Biden, right?
Yeah, I did.
He did a whole tour with him.
I mean,
as
it's hard
Biden.
not to. He looks
Yeah.
just like him.
Whose is this? It's
I
Clay's.
know you feel it. So many of you felt like you've just simply been forgotten. Amid the economic upheaval of
He said,
Look
"Man,
at
that-
that campy.
All right, next video. I just wanted to put it made me laugh.
Well, hold on. Before we start the next one, what did he say at the State of the Union where he said, if you try to ban, I will
I've seen
veto it.
that.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got a standing ovation. And everybody went, what?
It's kind of like when I think it was on Family Guy when Lois ran. She's like 9/11, and they're all like,
was bad.
"Yeah!"
And then she went 9,
11.
Woo!
All right, so context clues. What we think is gonna happen?
Modern problems require modern solutions.
Looks like
All
it's in a shop of some sort.
So this is okay. So
There's wetness on the ground.
they're filling something up with a funnel, and what's under that funnel? Is that a cup?
I think that might be like some kind of engine
Uh,
or
wait.
oh, it's a box. It's a box, toolbox. Maybe. Looks like a toolbox. I don't know. Go ahead and play it.
Something's leaking. Okay. What?
Did you not see the umbrella hat?
Puddles on the ground, so he put on an umbrella. hat.
No, he was underneath a car that's dripping water, and he
Uh-huh.
just put on one of those stupid umbrella hats, and it made me
Oh.
laugh so much when he turned around.
I didn't get that at all.
I could tell. All right, next
yeah,
video.
that was great, Clay. Yeah, thanks for bringing it
My
in.
arm hurts from patting myself on the back.
Okay.
I thought it was clever.
Thank you,
This is
Alaric.
okay.
And I love you, random citizen.
There's no way to tell what's about to happen in this video, but
Is that a fish tank in the background?
oh no, it hurts.
Is that a fish tank?
Just watch.
No,
Oh,
it,
okay.
it hurts.
Okay.
He dead.
Onto a bowling alley.
Dude, what if a bowling ball just came out and hit him right in the
Play again.
chest?
He's so obviously drunk guy, but they're
No.
in some.
He's
I
probably
would hope.
fine. He's probably fine.
But the whole thing comes off the edge.
It's in two pieces in his hand, and he tried to like fly it down to the ground.
Oh,
And he
no.
hit
Oh
his-
my god!
Do they have the bumpers up? I can't tell.
He dead.
I think that one does have the bumpers up.
Look, watch it. Wait, one more time. I think the bumpers are up.
Look, 2, and then bam!
Oh, even worse. His back hit first, and his head like snapped around.
You get that whiplash. Ooh!
Oh, he
Well,
dead.
You can see the impact in his hair.
Well, if he didn't have brain
Strike!
damage beforehand.
Hey,
All right, one more time.
hey,
Just hit it. Just let it play.
bowling alley animations be like. The bumpers are totally up.
Oh.
Oh man, I forget my name.
Oh man.
That guy's name is Kyle or Chad.
I've already seen this one.
You
I haven't-
have?
I have
seen
not.
this
Let's
one.
see it.
It's simple.
This
Just
poor
just
little
made me
kid
think.
is gonna fuck someone's car up.
He's like,
I
oh yeah,
gotta
you see
it.
that swing?
What's up, big? Oh! I feel that one.
The
Oh,
old aluminum bats.
Old. Aluminum
All
bats
right.
have been around for a
Say
while.
nothing.
They're still around.
Just send this to a friend and say nothing. Nobody guess. Actually, no. Pause it. Pause it. Pause it. Pause it.
That chair breaking. 100%.
I want to see
Look,
what
there's
you
not
guys'
one,
reactions
there's not
are.
two, but there's 3 fat rolls on this man. Or that could be a titty.
I thought you were talking about the chair.
Oh, no, the
Just
chair.
the folds on the chair.
I see
There's
the
more
tear.
folds on the titties than
There
the
is a
chair.
tear coming from that chair. Let's see it.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, there he goes. That's fucked up. But it's
Pretty
funny.
sure somebody died.
They had the mudslide happen?
No, it hopes. Well, who was filming it?
There,
Oh, this is mine.
Oh,
we're-
is
we're
that
finally getting it.
Ohio water?
Hey, just about.
Is that a minute 30 seconds?
I will skip ahead.
What is it? Is it
Just-
snow?
Just watch.
Know what it would do to a piece of chicken, and I'll just
Oh,
carefully
this is the stuff I was
lower
talking
it.
about.
Oh, this is the acid.
That's the piranha solution. See the smoke?
Almost immediately, it started bubbling, and the reaction slowly got more and more violent.
You can see like the yellow smoke at the bottom I'm talking about.
This is what's called piranha because it looks like it's being
I was
attacked.
a bit worried that it would spill out of the beaker, which would have been a huge disaster. It thankfully started calming down, though, which was good.
Wait till it
But
pulls
once it
it
had
out.
cleared up, I was absolutely horrified by what I saw.
Half the chicken.
The
is-
entire part that was in the acid was gone. Everything, including the bone, had apparently been removed. The piranha solution.
so
it was
he adds
also
more.
I love Nile. That's such cool stuff.
Why is it spinning like that?
It's just sitting in
when
there.
I eventually
the bubbles
stopped adding
and
the
moving.
peroxide, I was actually shocked by what
It's
I
gone.
saw. There was absolutely nothing left, and I think this is one of the most terrifying things I've ever done.
Look up that piranha
Jesus!
solution. I really want to know
Comments
what's
on
in
this video are always.
Ohio water.
Can I see? How much would be needed for, say, a 211-pound chicken?
There's some good one. That's a good one. Ah, man. Let me look that up. What's in
Goober.
that?
That's terrifying. So, I mean, this is not a natural chemical. This is a man-made.
So a piranha
This is a
solution
man-made toxin.
is sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide.
Okay, well, hydrogen peroxide is usually used for healing. Like it will
No,
like
it's
well,
an
it's- oh,
oxidizer.
it will like bubble when you put it on like wounds and
It's
stuff. It cleans it.
disinfectant.
Yes, it cleans it.
Anyways,
But now that acid, so out of hydrogen peroxide and that acid, are any of those things natural or are these all man-made things?
Sulfuric acid is
it's natural.
it's natural. I'm
Where do
pretty
they
sure
get
that's
it?
what was in that.
Where do they get it from?
I don't know.
Like I don't know where does the
It's on the
acid come-
elemental chart, I think. I don't know. It's
Oh, I didn't know-
sulfur,
I just didn't know where the acid came from.
sulfuric acid, so they probably get it from sulfur.
Okay, I need you to stop coming at me with logic. Okay, I need you
Are we
to-
gonna have to call a science teacher?
Mr. Pierce?
Mr. Pierce.
Mr. Pierce, please come here. I don't think he's there anymore.
I wouldn't be either.
I just don't think. His kind of shtick wouldn't go on anymore because
No,
people
God,
would get offended
It's probably
every single
Mr.
day.
Earl there.
God,
Who's
that-
the wood teacher? Moreland.
it's not him anymore.
I know
He's
he would
gone.
probably get fired like immediately.
No, yeah, all the good teachers are gone.
No, so sulfuric acid is natural, and then hydrogen peroxide is not. It's a man-made
It's
substance. but-
H2O2, so it's got an extra oxygen part in there. So
Mm.
it's water with
That does the cleaning.
yes.
Right. Anyways, but yeah,
Tastes
it's all
disgusting.
chemical reactions. You can take potassium, which is in bananas,
Mm-hmm.
and you take with just regular water and put
It'll
those together and it
explode.
explodes.
Jesus,
So
makes
think,
me rethink washing my bananas.
You should do that on your own
Why do you
time.
wash your bananas?
You really wash your bananas?
No, I
It
was
has
going
a
for,
cover
I
on
was
it.
going for a euphemism.
All right, next
okay.
video.
Next video. All right, we got a lady about to open a bottle of beer.
That's going on her chest. I already see it.
Uh-oh.
Is that her hair?
Yeah.
Ah.
Why?
Looks like our friend Brian. Poor dude.
But
I
just
actually sent that to Brian.
why not just use the bottle opener?
It's logical. You can use the edge of a table. It ruins the table, but you can use the edge of a table.
Go ahead, Alaric. What were you gonna say?
And it's just TikTok trends. None of them make sense, Dylan, but they still do it anyway.
Also, on a side note, my car has a bottle opener on it.
What?
My drift car.
That makes sense.
On the door, if you
Yeah.
open it up, like the part that like latches, it is perfect for a bottle.
Oh, for God's sakes!
And
okay.
it makes me sound like a drunken drive, but I don't. All right, let's see.
Just more acid.
No.
That looks like lemonade. The guy is mixing in a kitchen. Is this more acid?
I love this video.
All right,
This is
let's see
from
it.
like 2001.
Is this how Chick-fil-A stuff is made?
Muscle relax.
Hell yeah.
It's the old. It's the grainy video.
Like Jim Carrey.
What? One dude.
That's for the fan to decide.
What the hell?
You know he would be that guy in the stand like, "Whoa, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen."
Take his fucking head off.
Dick. Give me all dick twist.
Oh, whoa.
This one's
Is it
good.
soap?
Those are spicy pineapples. Oh, I've seen this. It's so satisfying.
What?
Stop animation. Stop motion.
Oh, this is old too. So satisfying. Oh, the sounds.
Oh!
Get it? Diced. Dicing.
Yes, Alaric, I get it.
Well, you didn't react.
I went, oh! Is he making a salad?
The way he squished that is very unnerving.
The way he what?
The squishing of the hardest thing ever.
What?
You get the spicy things out of the pepper.
Do not pass go. Where do you find these videos?
This is too long.
I made guacamole. With chips. Wow, okay.
The silence is
never mind.
deafening.
No. It was, I mean, it was interesting stop motion. It's just not.
Funny.
What was the reaction you were looking for?
Wow, they're
laughter.
making chips. Wow, that's really cool.
Dude, that is so cool. It's all right. I've had that happen too, Alaric. Don't worry.
No,
Oh,
it's
man.
stop motion animation. I mean,
This
it was
is
it
a
was
commercial
impressively
from the
made.
90s.
This is a what?
Commercial from the 90s. What do you
Uh-oh.
think is going to happen?
I think that's a clear phone. I know that much.
Is this like one of those like Paris Hilton stupid spoiled
Just
horror
play it.
video playset kind of things? Like those-
Just
Just
play it.
watch.
Oh, that's the 90s.
Hello?
Oh!
Dad, it's your girl Stacy on my new Swatch phone.
Stacy, baby, what's shaking?
I've got some news. I'm pregnant.
Oh shit.
Baby, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. On my new Swatch phone. I've got news too.
What's that?
Gonorrhea.
I've got AIDS. Babe, you there?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
On my Swatch.
The sound quality's great.
Dead eyes on that one.
Swatch gives you more than the
That's
time
not
of day.
real. It's funny though. It's not real.
No, what is it? Like a Mad TV or something like that
I don't know.
skit?
Somebody
Probably
told me it was
something
actually
from
from the 90s, so
It's
I believe
nah.
him.
It looks like it's from the 90s.
Oh, this one.
Oh,
so there's some context to this one. I don't know. Play it real quick, and then I'll explain it. You both will be like, "Oh,
well, this is a doctor's. Uh-oh.
He kicks her right in the face.
She said, pull your legs up so I can pull this out for your legs. He's paralyzed.
Oh.
And she goes, can you pull up your legs? And he goes, I can't. She goes, oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
Dude, it made me laugh so hard because I read the thing first.
I wouldn't
it
have
said,
known if you
me
wouldn't have
talking
said...
to a paralyzed patient. And it says, can you go ahead and lift your legs up? He said,
I can't.
I can't. All right. I'll get it. Oh,
I know this video because I love
okay,
cyanide.
This is about a minute and 20 seconds.
I always
but
love these
it
games.
it took so many twists and
All right,
turns.
let's see it.
I love cyanide.
Hold on. Clay, what's going to happen?
He's got to go to the women's. So he's going to go into the women's and see the couch that's in the women's room.
Yes.
Yes.
For real?
That's what's going to happen.
Oh,
Cyanide. So much.
What? Are you going to get peed on by one? Is that what's going to happen?
You're going to pee on somebody in a wheelchair.
Go.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Why is he shaking?
He's old.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna get peed on.
Look at his face.
He's blind, isn't he? That guy's blind. It's not actually.
Just why?
I'm so sorry.
I knew it. So dumb. I love that.
It's so, well, because I'm not gonna lie, you guessed it halfway through. You went, "Oh, he's gonna get peed on."
Oh, yeah.
I legit was like, "He's gotta pee on this old man." So whenever he peed on him, it was like an M. Night Shyamalan twist. I was like, "Oh!" I was truly disturbed.
You think he peed himself?
All right, this is our last video.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
This one made me laugh.
Why do I feel like there's something that I sent?
All right, hold on.
This is cheese sauce. Guess what it's made out of?
Sauce.
Yeah, you're right. It's cheese.
No!
Dude, that one made me laugh so hard. He said, "This is cheese sauce. Guess what it's made of? Sauce, cheese." No.
Oh no, I guess that was all 8 of mine. That was not as.
Oh man.
It didn't go as long as I thought it would.
Oh man.
Oh boy. All right, so gentlemen, I have a story.
Let's hear it.
That has been a news story that has been, I can't believe this is news, that has been on my phone for almost 9 months now. Because I found it after our last episode and I was like, oh, I just want to bring this up.
Yeah.
And I've held on to it the entire time.
Oh boy.
And it's very interesting with the conversation that we had before we started recording because we're all in relationships. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like to think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Now, are you guys familiar with the Shakespeare play Othello?
Oh, you mean the one that the original stage production had 2 men having sex on stage?
Not what I was going
low-key
for.
thought he was gonna be like, you mean the one that came out in 1841?
Not
Had at
what I was
least
going
3
for at all.
people in the cast.
And the movie version has the guy who plays Morpheus from Matrix.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Well,
as Othello.
Okay, so Othello is a story about I think he's a king or something. I don't know all the details, but he slowly goes into madness and he suspects his wife of infidelity, of some sort of cheating.
Yes.
He has her killed in the show with really no evidence and no proof. It's just all in his head and he's insane. Now, we live in a world where you're no longer allowed. What'd you say?
Based.
Jesus. We live in a world where you're no longer allowed to just be like, oh, that person's crazy. They all have to have a syndrome. So that takes us to the story that I have here.
No.
Is this the world's most jealous girlfriend?
Oh.
Debbie, 42,
Fucking Debbie.
forces her 30-year-old fiance to take a lie detector test every time he leaves the house. She has been
Debbie.
diagnosed with this thing called Othello syndrome.
She's just schizophrenic.
She's just fucking crazy, is what it is.
You can't say
Now,
that. You can't say that.
that's what I'm saying. So you can't see it on your screen, but real quick, why don't you just look at the photo? That's the woman, and that's the man that she's worried about leaving or losing. Show it to Alaric. Clay's face.
I don't want to. It's like Jabba the Hutt with makeup on.
He's trying to
The
help
girl or
you.
the dude?
I don't know. Can't tell. It's 2023. Can be
Wait a
anything you
second.
want.
Oh.
At least he's got a red blue.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, I know them.
Ew.
All right, so let me
Looks
go
like a
through
guy I
this
work
story here.
Let me just speak for everybody here
Mhm.
and say,
Now, I think we can all agree that a little bit of jealousy in a relationship is good.
Yeah.
Because it
Healthy amount.
Yeah, well, it's because it makes you feel like you're wanted by your partner and all that stuff. It's like, of course, there's always going to be a little bit of jealousy. That's very, very natural
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So let's go through this, shall we?
My jealousy is of
Speak louder. We can't hear you.
said
What?
my jealousy is of my friends, not my spouse.
Being with your wife?
What? Why would you go there?
Your friends being with your wife?
No.
Brian, what did you do?
that's a
Which
good-looking
Brian?
dude. That's a good.
Wait, what do you mean, which Brian?
There's more than one.
The bald Brian, the one that I know.
Oh
good-
no.
Okay. Anyway, let's go right on.
That's
So-
my
Wait.
buddy. That's my buddy.
Hold on. Wait. Before we started recording, Dylan went off on Clay for saying anyway.
Oh shit, you did.
Did I just
didn't
say
say it
it?
this whole time.
Dylan just said
I said
anyway.
it once. I said it once. I said it once.
Am I the first one to say it?
No, you've said it a couple times this episode.
I said it
already.
once, and you said it so many times, Dylan. I'm
All right.
gonna say
Anyway,
the same
so
thing.
let's go right on along. So, doctors have discovered. Oh wait, here we go. Hold on. Debbie Wood, 42, of Leicester or whatever, is so paranoid that her partner Steve will stray that she checks. I'm reading this wrong. Here we go. I skipped a paragraph. A
We
woman
went to
who-
West Carrollton, as you have gathered from the video earlier. Me trying to read a article.
Anyway, a woman who makes her fiance take a lie detector test to prove he's been faithful every time he leaves the house has been diagnosed with a rare condition that causes delusional jealousy. Because nobody can just be insane anymore. They have to have a syndrome.
Well, yeah. Everybody's got to feel special.
So she is so worried that he will stray that she checks his phone, his email accounts, and she has access to his bank statements and checks them all several times a day.
Can't he just make a different account?
Well, Mr. Wood, that's his name, Steve, who started dating Miss Wood, she's already taken his name.
They're not married?
We'll get to that.
Oh my god.
Jeebus.
That's weird.
He is even banned from watching women on television and looking at pictures of them in magazines. Doctors have discovered that Miss Wood is suffering from Othello syndrome, a psychiatric disorder which causes sufferers to believe their partners have been unfaithful even without any evidence. Otherwise, batshit crazy is what we used to call these people. Now, she said, and I quote, "I'm relieved to finally know what's wrong with me, but I still have a long way to go. Even if Steve pops out for 15 minutes to go buy a pint of milk, I make him take a lie detector test as soon as he gets home."
Is this in another country?
She's
So-
a keeper.
Is this in
Keep
another
her away
country?
from me.
It's in here. It's in here.
Okay.
Then
Because you said pint. That
Yeah.
was weird.
So this is still her quote. She says, "I get so worried that he's been eyeing up the shop assistant that I just have to know the truth." The quote continues, "I think he's gorgeous."
Glad you do.
But that's not the issue. It's about whether or not I can trust him not to look at other women while he's out on his own. Let's pause right there for a second and let's examine this. To not look at other women. You know those people that you pass in the world? You're not allowed to look.
Well, you can look at the men
Apparently.
and those identifying as men. I'm
technically,
serious, Dylan. Don't laugh at that.
technically, you can look at women now because you don't
I
know
was just
how
about
they
to say, you don't know
identify.
if they got a bigger dick than you. So
That's highly insensitive, Clay.
I'm sorry. I don't care.
So this is still her quote. I don't want him thinking that they're hot. If you're in a relationship and you're happy with your partner, you should only have eyes for that person. But when she says that, she means he's not allowed to acknowledge that other people exist. Now, here's where this is about the other country. Miss Wood, who spent 10 years in the U.S., moved back to Britain 3 years ago after her long-term relationship broke down, leaving her devastated. And the first... You okay over there, Alaric? Did you just
Welcome.
hit a button?
Welcome.
Now, the first thing I thought when I read that was, thank God she's not here anymore. We can get rid of her.
She dead?
No, she went back to Britain.
Oh.
No.
Where she belongs.
Thank God she's not with us anymore.
She went back there, didn't she?
And then it says she was so heartbroken that she vowed to never get into another relationship, and that's whenever the experts believe that the emotional trauma triggered her illness. Jesus. Because it's got to be an illness. Anyway, so she meets him through a mutual friend, something like that. They go on a date. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't mean to fall in love after that, but my last relationship. But then Steve stole my heart. The only problem was that we lived so far apart. We started to get serious and made plans to move in together. But then I discovered that Steve had been seeing another girl around the time we had first met. He was with someone else before you? The audacity of this motherfucker.
Dare he?
I know.
The lion, the witch, and the
Audacity
hold
of
on.
this bitch.
Number one, how dare you? And number two, how dare you?
And then she goes on to say, he claimed he didn't think that we were exclusive because of the distance and because they had just fucking met. So she forgave him, but I started to doubt whether or not he could be faithful. Miss Woods, here we go, who also suffers from bipolar disorder.
Time to ditch
Couldn't
the
be
bitch.
that.
And body dysmorphic disorders. What is that?
Body dysmorphia?
Does that just mean like you don't like how you look?
Yes. That's pretty much what leads to transgenderism.
Oh.
Well, no, not always. It could also lead to like eating disorders and that kind of shit.
Right, but body dysmorphia is like the overarching thing. When underneath body dysmorphia, you have the more niche things like anorexia.
I'm gonna say it. Wouldn't you too? You look like that.
Oh, yes.
Well, the thing is that
we're a little fat phobic around here. I'm gonna be honest.
She's a big girl.
Big is an understatement.
That's mean.
I'm
sorry.
You can't see.
Canceled already.
You can't see the
Tubas
pictures
play when
but
she walks.
let's just say
one for each hemisphere.
She's one of those large women with the very heavy dark makeup.
Yeah.
And he is one of those very, very skinny, long-haired white men.
Long hair, but thin. Long hair.
Yeah, he doesn't have luscious locks.
It's
He's
not.
got very
This is
thin
not Chris
hair.
Hemsworth, luscious Thor locks. No, this is.
This is not Chris Hemsworth.
This is not even Fat Thor.
This is skinny Thor with Fat Thor together.
This is like one of those guys you see that works at 7-Eleven at 3 a.m. This is
looks like he's a little methed out, a little messed up.
But
They
so
are
anyway,
heroes.
So I said it again. All right,
He's gonna call into the show and be like, "Is my boyfriend telling you to say this stuff?"
So she suffers from bipolar and body dysmorphic disorders. Adding that to her jealousy, just got worse when her jealousy got worse when they moved in together because she tried to monitor his every move. She installed child-proof filters on his laptop and his phone to stop him from looking at pictures of women, and he banned him from watching any television programs that feature a woman.
Tell you what, Dylan, this man's life would be infinitely better if he had just listened to the wise words of Stephen, your stepfather. It's time to ditch the bitch.
Oh, I was thinking you were going to say the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else.
I thought he was going to say, "Do you have any naked pictures of your mom?" Because I do. That's what he said to us one time.
Oh, I remember that.
And I looked.
Dylan is clenching
Moving
both
right
fists
along.
right now.
Moving right along.
Sure looking mighty fine.
Okay. Call me. I just wanted to tell a little story. I didn't want to have the
I just
trauma.
wanted to talk about Tina for a second. Anyway,
I have now been diagnosed with Othello syndrome.
with my friends and my mom.
So, she said, this is another quote, one night an advert for a woman's razor came on the television, and I felt so panicky, thinking that Steve was eyeing the model up. The only thing that could put my mind at rest was banning him from watching any programs that have women in
You've
it.
got to be kidding me!
No, it's just, so I mean, it's just like
This is where I'd watch my television with women.
If I had one.
if I had one. But I'm like, this makes me just wonder about the man. Who would put up with this? Because I told this story.
Someone that doesn't have anybody else.
I told this story to Allison, and she was like, "Oh my God, I might have Othello syndrome."
Let's just say,
he said,
just like laughing about it because she's like, "I get jealous about things." I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Everybody does."
Yeah, like when you were in The Little Mermaid.
much like
That's where we met.
much like this man's hair, his pickings are slim. So, you know,
Wow.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But you get
Anyway, okay, so, but I went over this story with her as well, and I said, and she said, if I was like that, you wouldn't still be with me. And I was like, no, I wouldn't. I was like, because that's not a real relationship.
No.
I was like, that's
situation.
it is. That's like he's waving a little white napkin out the window, like, somebody help me.
She's like, get back in here.
Dylan, you would still stick around if Allison was that jealous.
No.
I mean,
You know it.
I do like her. I do like this.
You caught feeling.
Yeah, it kind of happened when we lived together. That really makes you like each other more, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, so God, I'm turning into
How
fucking
are-
clay
How
over
are
here.
things going with the living with each other? I don't think we've actually talked about that because it does change your way of
Wait,
living.
you guys
yeah.
did not live together.
We didn't live together
last
last episode. This is we've lived together for 5 months now. It's good.
Mhm. Yeah, but I'm saying like you've lived on your own before,
Mm-hmm.
and then you lived with another person.
Mhm.
I mean, besides the
Never
sex.
lived with a woman before.
I know that's what I'm saying. So
They're not married. They don't have sex, Clay.
No, we are
Oh.
good Christian boys.
For
Girl-
oh my God!
If you are living and
We
sleeping
are-
together,
well-
you are not good Christian boys.
Well,
We
we
are
are
Christian
most
folk.
definitely making that a soundbite for TikTok.
It was the delayed response that wait.
Hold on.
Wait
a
a
minute.
second. Gears
No,
are turning.
that's-
Gears are turning in this snap.
No, it's going good. It's like I have to live with somebody before I know if this is going to be a long-term thing. So we can live together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't
we
that
do.
nice? Back in like the 80s and 70s, you couldn't live with a person you weren't married to. You get a whole bunch of shit for it. You know what I mean?
I could not marry somebody without living with them.
I couldn't either.
I
could
have
not
to- I
just
have to
jump
live with the
into a
person.
marriage not knowing their like if they stayed over a night or two. But
Mhm.
like, I couldn't.
I mean, like, at least if I was like engaged, like I could be engaged to somebody and move in with them
Mm-hmm.
because an engagement is much easier to be like,
Get
this
out of
isn't going to work rather than
Correct.
marrying them and then realizing that, you can't even live together.
Mm.
All right, so back to the Othello in the
sorry
room.
for the detour.
Oh, that story is still going.
Oh yeah, it's still got more. It's just so she even said about the whole programs on here that she won't even. Now this is Britain, so it says now I won't even let him watch The Weakest Link in case he fancies Anne Robinson. But I'm
Ew.
scared. Do you know who
Ew.
Anne Robinson is?
Oh my God, dude.
This is Anne Robinson.
Yeah, she's.
I mean, she's a game show host.
have you seen the one?
Dang, she dick.
Hey,
And she's worried about it just because she's another woman.
pull up.
You are the weakest link?
No, there's a guy that starts rapping in there.
Oh, he raps?
To give you an idea how fucking mean this chick is, he like starts a rap because he knows the answer, and she like gets so mad at him, and she's like, and he's like, and Colt or whatever her name is. Yep.
So
The weakest rapper.
the weakest rapper. All right,
Weakest
folks.
link,
turn-
Ann Robbins. Turn match.
Meet you, Mitch. Turn your eyes to the screen.
Yeah,
folks.
just to give you an idea, the person that she is jealous of.
that is a threat.
I think this is it.
All right, here we go. My crazy videos.
Hold on, listen.
Time's up.
Turn that up.
You achieve
Maybe this isn't him.
the magnificent
Hold on.
amount of $3
That tiny amount of money will go through.
Oh, no. It's not this. It's not this. Go back. Sorry. That was actual rap.
Oh.
What?
There it is.
Meets our match.
Countdown and she gets so mad, dude. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. She's like, stop doing
This is
that.
before she walks off stage.
Look.
I'm already on countdown.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Don't interrupt me. Tell Rachel your letters.
What's happening, Rach? Couple of B's, Q's, N, J.
Just pick a letter.
A bit serious on this show, isn't it? I'll tell you what, we'll have, put whatever you want up there.
All right.
Fantastic.
Okay, we've got
Help yourself like a pick a mix.
C, L,
No?
L,
What is happening?
U, D, B,
Well, what is he even saying?
A,
I don't know.
and
They're
T.
British.
Okay.
Start the clock.
We'll start the clock.
Here it goes.
Put cans in the freezer. Anne Robinson. Anne Robinson. Have a breezer.
Okay. We don't do that.
Why can't you do that?
No.
Wait for it.
Get a couple of cans, get them in the freezer. Shirley and Lisa. We're gonna have a pizza. Do you know Rita? You don't know Rita? We're gonna have a pizza.
What is even happening right now?
Oi.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay. Boom, I've got all the letters, Susie. Blood clot. Fantastic. It's all rolling.
That's not a word.
That's a word. You're a bit moody, ain't you? Come on, give us a smile.
It's not a word.
And you are the weakest link.
What is? There's no way this is real.
It is real. She got so mad.
There's no way.
She's a terrible human being, and that girl is jealous of Anne.
So
just the way he starts rapping and her look, she's like, it just gave me flashbacks to Miss, can't say her name, math teacher, coffee breath.
Ah, yes!
No blinking. I felt like it was me and Dylan in there, and she's just like, stop it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, so all this that I've read from this story here was before she even bought the lie detector test.
Oh, boy.
Because the next thing says, that's why I decided to order the lie detector test.
In case she's filling up Anne.
It was the only way of knowing for sure if his eyes were wandering. In general, he's been quite truthful, but I have caught him lying a few times about looking at other women.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, it's...
So, hold on. Is he at, like, Walmart checking out? And he's just like, oh, not Walmart. They don't have cashiers. If he's at, like, the gas station checking out, is he just, like, shielding his eyes? He's like, I will take... Yeah, I'm going to get that right there.
Can I get 20 on pump...
Can I get 20 liters on pump
I'm on that
full?
one over there. What number are you on, sir? I don't know. I don't know if I can look.
Can I get some petrol for my car?
Put it in that one.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
All right, sorry.
But so it says
we just lost all of our British viewers.
She's also already they're engaged.
The British viewers?
Yikes.
The British viewers?
They are engaged for sure on this one.
They're engaged, and she has already taken his surname, just in anticipation for the wedding, because her last name is not actually Wood. That's his.
Lordy.
And then she has been researching Othello syndrome, and she hopes to start a support group for the other sufferers. So a whole bunch
There
of
can't be another girls in there, goddamn.
So a whole bunch of crazy bitches in one room that think that they're all going.
And then
each other's.
The guy doesn't know what's going on, and he walks into the room, and she just goes, "You get out!" Just loses her shit.
Jesus. So it also says that, like, her jealousy has caused her to throw things across the room.
No.
All that. It says, I put Steve through a lot, but he stood with me through it all.
She has the strength she has the strength to move those tree trunks of arms.
I'm not going to say it, but there's a thing called R strength.
What?
Clay.
Rage?
Just say it.
Strength.
Oh, like a very strong chimpanzee.
Exactly. He'll rip your dick off in a moment.
Now, here's where it wraps up at, because after this, the article just stops.
Good.
Good.
She died. No, just kidding.
He's unemployed.
Oh, no.
She hasn't left the house in almost 6 months, and he's unemployed because she can't trust him with a job.
He's never cheated.
Uh-huh. And then he says, sometimes I get nervous that the lie detector test, I get nervous and the lie detector test results come back inconclusive because my heart is hammering, which makes Debbie doubt me. I just have to tell her that I haven't cheated.
Her name is Debbie.
Debbie Downer.
And
Debbie
pray.
Downer. She is a downer.
That should have been the article title, just Debbie Downer.
Debbie Downer takes everyone down with her.
And then he says he's willing to put up with it because he knows that they're soulmates. Now, does that sound like a soulmate to
I'll
you?
be honest though, like, isn't a crazy chick kind of fun in bed?
Yeah, but they have to be hot. They're supposed to be.
There's a crazy to hot ratio, and she's sitting at a 0.5 with a 10 plus.
That crazy to hot, like where if their crazy level is down in the 1s to 2s and their hotness is at a 10, we
You're
call
okay
that
with
the
it.
unicorn because they don't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
Every woman is at least a 3 on the crazy scale.
Exactly. Isn't that how it starts? They're like,
Yeah.
they're like, no woman is below a 3.
That's a unicorn. He goes, and if it is, that's a dude. Get out. That's what he says.
But no, I read that last year and I was just like, this can't be real. And then I kept looking at it and it really was. And I was like, I think that kind of makes us appreciate our own relationships a little bit more.
It does, because
Jesus.
I'm going to come home and go, hey, I looked at a person at Walmart today. Just look at her, see if she
Well, so this brings me into a question.
Male or female?
What would be your guys' breaking point in a situation like that?
As
Like,
soon as she said,
what would
"Hey,
be
I bought-
enough is enough?
I
When
bought
my
a lie detector
floorboard
test.
squeaked.
You know how much lie detector tests cost?
I don't think I would even make it to the lie detector
Yeah,
test.
you're probably right.
If she
Any of
if
the
she
child stuff?
installed stuff on my
Yeah.
thing so that I couldn't even
It's like,
see
my
another one
girlfriend's got all my stuff like on my phone.
locked down,
No, like she can get in my phone at any time, and I can get in hers. But we don't.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. We don't hide anything. And like she just is like, I know you're up to something.
Well, it's
Berries! That's how she is.
Fairy got berries!
That's kind of how she seemed. A little Crocker-ish.
God. But yeah, I don't think I would even make it to the lie detector test. It's like
If she started asking questions, like if I was with you guys and she was like, so like, where'd you guys go? Oh, we went to the mall. Did you see any girls there? Yeah. heck,
Yeah,
was a
there are
couple.
girls at the mall.
It's a mall, you know.
But the breaking point from me would definitely be
questions.
No, if we were watching a show
Oh yeah,
and she
covered your eyes
turned
or
it off,
something?
and I went, "Whoa, what's wrong?" And she went, "That was a woman."
I saw you looking at that bitch.
The one on the screen?
It's Jabba the Hutt, okay?
She's the bingo lady.
But it's not
That's
even
the bingo.
like the Ann Robinson was just an example, but it's like it said in there he's not allowed to watch programs that have a woman in it.
That's like every program.
Well, I mean, what does he do? You're trying to watch a show or something like that,
He's
and a
allowed
woman
to watch
comes on screen and he
1983
has to,
or
like,
1943. That's the only movie he's allowed.
he's
to
allowed to watch Queer Eye. That's about it.
You know what?
No, they're
I
too
kinda,
feminine.
So let's
that might turn him. We
I
don't
was
want
just
that.
about to say there might be like you might just turn and be like, I'm gonna look up dude stuff because I can't look up women's stuff.
I guarantee he has a Grindr account.
I guarantee he looks at all kinds of weird.
Well, he
Yeah.
can't even get on the sites.
Hey, you gotta talk a little bit louder. Cut out.
I guarantee.
Sorry, the
Yeah.
gate.
He
is
looks
a
at
little too
all
high.
the weird shit online.
But he
Probably.
can't get on those sites though.
He
But
probably
he can get on Lemon
can.
Party.
He can what?
I guarantee he can get on Lemon Party.
What's that?
What is that, Alaric? And why are you bringing it up like this?
Dude, this is from like middle school.
Is that like meatspin.com?
No. It's like penisland.com.
What is that?
Penis land?
Penis land.
I don't remember that one.
Lemon
we
Party.
got on
Lemon,
some.
Lemon Parties from like 7th grade.
We got on
times.
Is
some
it a
very
gay
look-
site?
It's a gay site, and it's these two dudes in their like 70s.
Why do you know about this from 7th grade?
Because we had fucked up childhoods.
I never got on Lemon Party.
Easy
I
there,
got trapped into
easy there,
Meat Spin.
pirates.
Meat spin and what's that one?
The big black dick.
What's the
like
ask? That guy's dead.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that.
What's
died during
the one where you can like type stuff in and it like
Peter's Answers.
Peter's Answers. That's
PetersAnswers.com. We had somebody who will rename nameless.
Yeah.
We had him terrified. Was that Shane or was that you and me?
It was you and Shane, and it was against me.
No. The time that we did it to
The window
the other
tapper.
person.
Yeah. The what?
The window tapper.
Oh shit.
Wait,
yeah.
what? Who tapped the
What
window?
you guys doing?
I see your lights on, Dylan.
I thought you meant that during the Peter's Answers, somebody went
No.
around and hit the window for you to freak you out.
No.
Because, okay, so me and Shane did that to you at his house, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Peter's Answers was an old... This shows how far technology has come. Cause,
It's so good.
Well,
It's so good.
But
I
you
believed
you also had a stupid setup, and you had to explain it in the most stupid, rational way.
So, do you remember how it works?
I remember how it works.
All
You
right,
could
tell
go
me.
in, and it was supposed to be like a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
Like Peter was this beyond the
But
grave
you have to
that
set
could
it
answer
up
questions.
for it, right?
You had to set up. So you had to always start out. You had to you had to ask a question.
Mhm.
You would ask a question to Peter, and you could ask whatever you wanted. But then you had another bar that you had to type into, which was he would only respond if you said, "Peter, will you please answer the following question?" But he never responds to it twice the same way. This was the setup that you had to do. Because the first bar was you're typing in a question. The second bar was if you hit period, it turns it into a P. And then no matter what you type afterwards, it will type it as, "Peter, will you please answer the following question?" You were typing in the answer.
Wait, what?
Mm.
That's how it worked.
You guys never explained this to me?
Oh,
but
we
you did
never
it to-
explained
No.
it. to you. So what we did is we got
So
Clay
you
in.
act like you're typing out Peter.
Pull it up.
Will
Pull
you?
it up.
Yes.
See if it still exists.
But this was the lore that you had to say is
Hold
that
on, hold on,
Peter,
hold on.
Peter,
Pull it
what's it
up, and we'll
called?
see if we can do it still.
is that Peter will never answer it if you type it the same way. So you would have to be like, "Peter, please," or just like Pete. You could never type out the full thing is what it was, which was the stupidest
Oh my
reason
god, it still exists.
that you had to convince
Petition
the person of.
and question. So, okay.
Look at your screens. Peter's Answers.
Is that it? Does it look like
So,
So the petition should be the answer.
it?
okay.
So,
Hit period and see what it does. It puts it as a P.
That's a P.
And then anything that you type should be.
I get it. So hold on.
You're
When
type- he's
so
typing
he's
the
typing
answer.
his own thing, right?
Yes.
But it looks like he's typing Peter,
Peter, please answer the
oh
following
my
question.
God! I sat here this entire time, and I was still trying to figure it out. And now I'm okay. I remember this.
Yes.
You did explain this to me.
So me and Shane would put in the question. It could be anything. Like who is sitting
So
next
it will,
to me.
I'm guessing it'll say Peter, you blah blah. Do one for us, like something we could answer.
And like the question could be like, who am I sitting with? And then it would say Dylan and Clay.
Son of a gun!
Well, then you would freak
I was
out.
like, hold up, how's this thing know this?
And the thing that because I remember the thing, you were too freaked out to even try it. But me and Shane kept flipping back and forth, and we would both do it because we were both in on it. Because you looked at me and you were like, "I don't like this, Dylan. You do it."
Yeah.
Because you thought Shane was fucking with you.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, I'll do it. And then
And
you're
then I
like,
tried it. But yeah, you can type in whatever you want.
Come on, just type anything. Is that you typing?
Oh, so if you end it with a period.
Yeah, no, you just stop. You don't have to. The period
Oh,
will then switch it back.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to actually. And then you ask a question. Who am I sitting with?
This is
And then you
peak,
send it.
and it says Dylan and Clay Payne following question. What?
Oh, I hit period, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
you dumb nut.
So yeah, you can never just do it.
Right,
but that was,
but I was trying because it if you're doing a short answer, you have to do an answer that's long enough.
well, that was always where the downfall came. Is that you had to convince the other person that Peter wouldn't answer it if you typed it the same way every time. So you would say sometimes you just have to cut off in the middle of a word.
Yeah. And I sat there. I was
completely fell for it.
I legit sat there, dude. We were in freaking middle school. Or
that was the whole
elementary,
thing. Is that Peter
and
would
they're
not
doing
answer
this
it
to
if
me,
you did it the
and
same way every
also,
time.
this is also around the ghost hunting days. And
Oh yeah,
I always got an uneasy feeling about his house. But I was like, man, I don't know how you guys are doing this, but this is freaking creepy, man. Like I don't like it. But yeah, they did this back in high school or middle school, and I was blown
Okay,
away.
well, the other person that I'm not going to mention on this show that we did it to was, I believe it was me and Russell messed with him.
Probably.
He was so terrified in broad daylight. He went and got a hammer.
That checks out.
Yeah, and he was, but I would just never forget.
the
It was
house on
so funny just because this really was the way to scare the shit out of people.
This is a
Do
good
you
one.
have a personal question for Dylan?
Oh no,
I don't like this.
How
How are those pegging videos, Dylan?
How does it know?
But see, it says, Peter, please answer the following question.
No, it's cute.
So that was always the setup.
Answer the question. He asked you.
Answer the question, Dylan.
I'm past those.
He went straight
They-
to buy one.
They served their purpose. Well, guys, we haven't been down here in a
This is
long
good.
time. This has been fun. Just to catch up because it has been a long one, but all right. Well, folks, I think we're going to be getting this back to a weekly thing, hopefully.
Or you know, every other week.
Well, because my summer schedule is where it's going to get
When does that start?
May.
Okay,
so I got
that's
time.
where season 2 will end. And season 3 will pick back up about the same time
With
next
just
year.
Clay and Alaric.
So you said May.
Well, it'll be sometime in May is when we start rehearsals
Do you
for the
have
new
any other
shows.
days that we could possibly do it?
See, in summer,
'Cause we don't have
go,
to record on a Saturday.
Well, no, this is what it is. So in summer, we go 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So my off day will be Tuesday.
Mhm.
However, I don't know what my schedule is.
gotcha.
So I could be a morning show or I could be a night show. So if I don't have to go in until, 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, then
And
we
vice
could,
versa.
Yeah,
just
we
depending
could,
on what day it is.
we could
Tuesdays are the days I don't have kids, so.
once I get my schedule, we'll be able
Tuesdays?
to go through it.
Tuesdays are perfect because I don't. Carmen's going to be at work.
But also, Tuesday is my one day that I'm off.
But I'm referring to the mornings.
No, so what I mean is that mornings are probably not going to be
I gotcha.
good
I
for me
gotta
on
work,
that. If
so-
I'm doing 6 days a week, I'm going to need one day where I just sleep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because I'm on the tower stage,
I figure
so
we could,
we're outside
figure
every
we could do this off air.
Huh?
This is invigorating.
Oh, we're just talking. We're just letting them know
this is
what we're
casual.
doing. So yeah,
But
we
I want to keep it going because we've been gone for so long that I'm like I've missed it
Kind of
because
therapeutic. We get to
Yeah.
talk with our friends.
but so
I mainly just kind of sat here today.
well we're getting back into it. You've been yawning a lot. You must
Man behind the computer. Well, yeah, I've had 3 hours of sleep.
exactly yeah. So well next week we'll come in with more stories and all that because now this was
I
kind
won't
of like
be here next week, but these two will, so I'll at least get to listen to that one.
well when are you out of town? Oh no, I don't know if I'll
won't
be here next week. I've got Dalton.
See?
driving to
And
Chicago.
season 2 comes to a close.
I'm going to Chicago.
Huh?
I'm going to Chicago
Oh, yeah.
Saturday morning.
I'll be in Cleveland for Saturday and Sunday.
I'll have Dalton this weekend, so we'll figure it out. But on the next episode,
So
make sure you like, share, and hit that bell notification, folks.
and subscribe
If you
to
made
the
it
Truffle
this
Shuffle
far.
podcast.
This is our longest episode yet.
And I think this is good. We didn't. I tried to make it so we didn't look at the clock the entire time and
It
rush
did
our
not,
stories.
It did not feel like an hour and a half. It definitely
I
didn't.
liked it.
Because we got actually talking about real
So
shit.
anyway, thank you everybody.
Oh, he said it. He said it.
And Jess for watching.
What the fuck?
Have a good night.
Welcome to the Truffle Shuffle Podcast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Clay.
And I'm a dumbass.
Real opening. Money.
You serious? You serious?
Okay, why am I being attacked like this?
That's right, Alaric. You tell him. outro.